I see a big gap in nutraceutical, food and nutraceutical industry, a B2B side, a manufacturing or a formulation company side, or the company who is making building such a beautiful products. So, what do you think is that one practice nutraceutical companies should not be following? A marketing practice.
The one practice that I think we should reconsider in the nutraceutical B2B, B2C space is the word quality. Because quality is a very subjective word. For example, just before coming to this podcast, I stopped at KFC. KFC is written very clearly, quality means freshness. See the concept? Quality because it is sourced from here.
Right.
Quality because we source it from 85,000 feet. Quality because we source this from the best soil in India. Or quality means my packaging can give you 50 days more shelf life.
How do a consumer finds out whether the best of the ingredients and the best of the formulations are being used in the this, or even if they can expect the minimum safety concerns which are on the pack?
Take India as a demography. India, 140 crore people, less than 10% can afford a product which is 1,000 rupees or more. The remaining at least 80% is still roti kapda makha. They're saving money for the children education, saving money for their daughters or sons' wedding, saving money for their pension, saving money for the future. That is Indian consumer for you.
I think we are slowly coming from consumer to marketing to brands, how they're interconnected and all. When you said like authority or responsibility or as a brand company, what do you think like all brands, the labels they put on their products, how much transparent they are nowadays in this market, and how do a consumer finds out whether the ingredient they have used is right, whether the best of the ingredients and the best of the formulations are being used in the this, or even if they can expect the minimum safety concerns which are on the pack. You just mention on your pack that we are not using this, you are not using that, this blah blah, which is not allowed, which is not right for the consumer. How many of the brands have already started implementing it, and how much more progress we need? Because there are two sides. Once few brands do it for the consumer, but it's very difficult because as a manufacturer, when you are making that product, how much money you're burning, how much time and how much manpower. There are a lot of things that makes one product coming to the market. So it's not easy to change things at once. It's gonna take a lot of time. Still, we want to know, after COVID, brands have actually started taking the authority. I would say there are many. What do you think? Where are we right now? How many brands are actually taking this responsibility to show these labels very transparently and showcase each ingredients, showcase what they have used, what they have not used? Where are we right now as a brand company?
I think this is a fantastic question. We have to look at India as a demography. India, 140 crore people, less than 10% can afford a product which is 1,000 rupees or more monthly.
Okay.
The remaining at least 80% is still roti kapda makha. Let us be very honest with that. You are not a full representation of India.
Right.
You walk to tier 2, tier 3 cities, their basic necessities only they can afford. Remaining, they're saving money for the children education,
Right.
saving money for their daughters or sons' wedding, saving money for their pension, saving money for the future. That is Indian consumer for you. It is not that they have money, they'll give it to you. I have one American friend who believes the subscription model in nutraceutical industry works beautifully in America. He asked me why it doesn't work in India. I told him because Indians are too smart with money.
Save.
I didn't say Americans are not. I said Indians are too smart because we know how to, a household which has got 5,000 rupees in the account, they will not go and buy 10 kilo of rice. They will buy half a kilo rice.
Right.
So that is India for you, number one. There is a lot of misconception about what brands say and what you hear on the social media. Recently, I respect all the influencers. Like I said, I love what they do. I love to work with all of them. Um, but I'll give an example. One of my friend came to me recently and he said, Dr. Yashwant, I've been watching a lot of Instagram reels. He started binge watching everything. So he started, following one influence. Then it went like, he said, I'm so scared now to eat anything. I want to buy 3 acres of farm and live there.
Right.
We are getting into that space where you think everything is bad.
Yes.
Only I am right. No, that is not how we should be doing. There is a FSSI which looks into, they know exactly what they've been doing it for so many years. Let us first respect the authority of this country. Will you not respect FDA in US? Why are you not respecting FSSI in India? People are reading labels. So don't underestimate. Like I said, no, if this country can choose prime minister, all these ministers and elections, why do you think they cannot choose a product? But it comes with a caveat. I'll tell you why. Today, like I said, Indian demography is different. Madhuri can afford, because she's wealthy, I think you are, so she can afford 1,000 rupees, product. Whereas somebody like me, I'm just giving an example, I can only afford 100 rupee product. But I want that product still.
Right.
It has got sugar, I know. But that is my affordability.
Right.
So somebody also has to make the product for them at that price.
Right.
That's a practical reality. Right. So sometimes it is also the need of the society. Somebody has to make that also available.
Right.
So if nobody is using or interested in that, why will that product exist in the market for so many decades? But where brand has to take responsibility is, I'll give an example. I'll not name the brand. One of the brand recently showed putting high sugar chocolate as a lunchbox option for children.
Yeah.
So that is a wrong branding. And today, people troll you for both, mainly for these kind of things. It comes very, very quickly out. So brands has to take responsibility and say, we will not say something that we cannot defend ourselves.
Right.
There is a pressure on every brand to grow 10x, 20x because somebody's invested money. They'll push you, and that is where the founders come in. Founders sometimes say, no, I will not do that. And this is the brand promise. Always a brand should remember, what is my promise? What I'm communicating, is it in synergy with the brand promise? So every brand owner should ask, what is my promise? Am I delivering that day in, day out, day in, day out? If your brand promise is, I make a 10 rupee biscuit, that is also fine. He has to do it. Not everyone can afford 100 rupee biscuit. No. So you got to also cater to the consumer needs to the best possible way. Still, 100 rupee, 10 rupee biscuit is also, don't forget, is regulated by FSSI. Please respect FSSI because that's a governing body with thousands of people, educated people sitting, and they're continuously FSSI is asking us for feedbacks. I get emails every week saying, please tell us how we can improve. Please join in this workshops. So last 5 years, I've seen FSSI has done a fantastic job. There's a lot of open communication. Thanks to the Honorable Prime Minister for paying attention to diabetes and Motapa. Even in Independence speech, he spoke about it. There's a lot of awareness now within the FSSI, and also they're opening up to public and say, please come and tell us how we can make it better. So they're continuously working. And don't forget, it's not a small country to do everything in like this. It takes time. So going back to your question, the brand has to always remember the promise you make and deliver on that promise.
Okay, I think we have been speaking a lot on consumer side.
Mm.
I think to some extent to the brand size also. But I think everyone plays a role, to convey a message through their team, through their marketing practices. And I see a big gap in nutraceutical, food and nutraceutical industry, a B2B side, a manufacturing or the formulation company side, or the company who is making building such a beautiful products. And I always tried, something to bring new to fill that gap.
Mm.
So what do you think is that one practice nutraceutical companies should not be following, a marketing practice? It should get completely vanished, and you want something new marketing practice to come into this food and nutraceutical world industry side.
It's a great question. One word I have been hearing the last many years, and my own experience of working on this particular word for so many decades, the one practice that I think we should reconsider in the nutraceutical B2B, B2C space is the word quality. Because quality is a very subjective word. See, you look at this, your shirt, you may think that's a good quality. I may think that may not be a good quality, depending on what is my context of a quality. I'll give you an example. Just before coming to this podcast, I stopped at KFC. KFC, it is written very clearly, quality means freshness. See the context? Whereas in the nutraceutical industry, all I hear is when people come to me, we said, we have ashwagandha, we have liposomal, glutathione, shilajit, etc. And I asked them, why, what makes you different? He said, quality, sir. So the term quality has been literally abused to an extent that I don't even want to hear the word now. Whereas if you come and say, quality because it is sourced from Himalaya. Right. Quality because we source it from 85,000 feet. Quality because we source this from the best soil in India. Or quality means my packaging can give you 50 days more shelf life. Always with the word quality, give some specifics. Put a quality and say specifics. These are all reasons to say
efficacy is also.
Efficacy. You can also say clinical data. That also comes under quality because you're saying that what you're going to say, what you're going to promise is going to work. Then safety data, heavy metal analysis, all this comes actually as quality. A lot of people say quality means a lab. No. Quality also means that how quickly you can deliver this ingredient. I have been a victim. One of the company that I'm sourcing ingredient, every time I go to them, they say it takes 1.5 month lead time. I'm like, why don't you keep 10 kilos in your warehouse? They said, no, we only make when the order comes. I said, that's a disaster. That is not quality, no? So you got to look at quality from a context of the audience. So if you come to, let's say, Benefic, it's a different, we have a different expectation of quality. You may go to, let's say, Nestle. Nestle has a different aspect of quality. So I think quality is something which has been abused very badly. You have to probably choose technical words to justify quality. Quality is not something you say. Quality is something I say. You give me enough facts, I say that's a good quality product. It is not your job to tell me it is a good quality. Right? If you say, Madhuri, yes, I'm Madhuri, I'm a very good person. Who are you to tell you're a good person? I should tell you're a good person, no?
Right.
Or somebody else should say. It's the same thing. Quality is something you want other people to say. Right. Not you say. This is one practice I think we should relook at.
That, I think, makes a lot of sense. Like, you show it what way you're seeing the quality, define the quality. Correct. In a very simple way that your user comes to know that why he should be buying it. So, in short, the quality is not sufficient. It's already saturated and overrated. You redefine it with the numbers, 10x faster it works, or it has impacted, it has got more shelf life, or you just add some numbers with it, a percentage and all. That makes your user to go ahead and buy your product much easier. I mean, if you're not able to give the right message, that what way he can use that quality. I think that also we need to be conveying through our marketing, and we have a lot of platforms to showcase that. We should be using them effectively, whether it is a trade show, whether it is a conference, whether it is any kind of webinar, podcast, or virtual, digital marketing platforms. It has to be a complete package that what hard work you have done behind your product, we absolutely respect that, but how much it is going to be useful for your user, It can be your B2B buyer, it can be your distributor, it can be your end consumer brand also. How it is going to help that end user, this is what you need to put in a simple lines. I think that's the way, that's the work, that's where the marketing comes. And I think that's the gap we need to fill. And we have been trying to fill this gap with multiple strategies, and that's what we do in our industry.
I have one controversial suggestion there. You can for your podcast, and I've implemented that, by the way. At Benefic, when I worked in all the global companies, and when I started Benefic, I removed the quality department. Very controversial. I did it intentionally.
Okay.
Then I made quality as part of everybody's job.
Oh, wow.
Quality is my job. Not a single batch from my company goes out without me tasting it. Nice. That is my promise to the quality. Packaging guy knows what is a quality parameter for him. My designer has a quality parameter to him. My dispatch guy has a quality parameter to him. My manufacturing team has a quality parameter. So quality is not one department. Let's remove this. If you all remove quality departments, make it everyone's part of role, you will see people say that's a good quality.
Yeah.
You don't say it, you implement it.
Okay. There's one interesting question we have. If you had a magic wand, what is one funny or absurd misconception about supplement you would erase from everyone's mind forever?
Yeah, I traveled, all around India, and I went to Lucknow, and I want to understand people's understanding of, what they think about herbal ingredients and nutraceuticals. So I asked somebody, Ashwagandha kya hai? Dawai hai, sir. Dawai. So I think there's a lot of misconception about what is Dawai, what is Ayurvedic. So I think for India, we're still evolving. Supplement is not Dawai. Dawai is medicine. Dawai actual meaning is medicine. What is supplement? This is what we need to convey. Supplement is something. You go to an exam, very simple. They give you a sheet like this. You're writing exam. When you run out of paper, what you will say? You'll take supplement sheet, no? Right. That's exactly what is supplement industry. You are supposed to take all your nutrition from food, but you're not getting. What you will do? You take supplements. Right. As simple as that. So we have to tell in this communication. You see, then they'll understand. नहीं तो वो दवाई ही रहेगा. Right. I think it's in the food, but you're not getting enough because you're not eating in the right proportion. You're not eating regularly. Somebody made it so accessible for you. You can just pop it into a pill or a water powder, whatever it is, and you can get that. So if we can convey that, I think they understand better. But if you keep on saying, clinically proven, there's dawai. This is a very big misconception. Right. Till you remove this word dawai from nutraceutical, I don't think it will become $100 billion, industry. Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Yashawant. I think we enjoyed the way you kept controversial side, this everything. I think you put it with 100% transparency, and I just love that. I think this is what we want to bring in front of our audience, our industry people, and the. So, would you like to summarize this everything? How we have connected first the industry with consumer and the trends, the influencers, and the podcast. How are we going to connect everyone? I think first of all, it's a great platform because I feel the way you structure it is very engaging, entertaining. We can chill out and be ourselves because you got to convey education through entertainment today. Right. If you don't entertain, even very important messages will miss out. So you have to make it very entertaining, and that's what I've seen in this podcast. It was very engaging, entertaining, right. And also I think there's a lot of value addition that you're bringing. You're asking some really important questions. Where are the dots? Where are the gaps? What is it we should be doing as an industry? And those were, I think, very, very interesting for me. I definitely think you should invite people from the B2B world, innovators, founders, people from packaging industry, definitely. Okay. You should also invite professors, who are in the space. You should invite people who look at things like
Technology.
brand communication
Right.
from this industry. How do you communicate? So I think marketing people, because they also are very
Right.
important. Um, and I also think you should invite students, some brilliant students, and see what they think, what is their world, Gen Z world look like. I love to see that podcast where you have all Gen Zs talking, and you can add me as one of the participants in the Gen Z. I'll come again.
Okay.
Changemakers with Madhuri. I really enjoyed being on this podcast, and it's engaging, entertaining, some really interesting questions that no one has asked me before. And I've also told a lot of funny stories. I hope people don't mock me tomorrow online. But the idea is to make nutraceutical as a topic exciting, entertaining, that people love to talk about it. Just like how they talk about movie, they should be talking about these kind of products. Unless you bring education to entertainment, you cannot reach. So I think it's a first of its kind, and you're bringing entertainment, education, um, food for thought, and I hope it was useful. And I love being on the podcast, and I wish you the best.
So here we end the first episode of The Changemakers, India's first food and nutraceutical industry podcast. Thank you so much, Yashwant Kumar, Dr. Yashwant Kumar, sorry, for joining us today from your busy schedule. I know being the founder and being the CEO, it's not an easy job, but you gave us so much of time because we have a purpose here. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Madhuri, for inviting me. It's an honor because I know you in the industry for quite some time, and you're very well connected. I'm pretty sure you're going to have some really good speakers coming on this podcast or the show. And I look forward to more episodes. But one thing I can say that this is a need of the hour. So the change makers with Madhuri, I want to come as the 100th guest and 200th episode guest again.
Chalo, thank you so much.